Now you may be thinking, holy crap, Cindy, you have a planner with discs? Yes, I do have a planner with discs, and I'll explain. Hi everybody, today I am going to be taking a look at the HB90 planner, the HB90 planning method. This is a planner that is created by Sarra Cannon. She's an indie author. She has a channel for her fans about her books. She writes, I believe, fantasy. Now I don't read her books, but I do follow her other channel, which is called Heart Breathings, where she does planning and productivity tips, things like that for authors. But I have found that a lot of what she talks about is also applicable to my creative work as an artist and a YouTuber and a freelancer. She is the one who inspired my Kanban board, which I will leave a video linked from quite a while back from using that, which I'm also updating that, but that I'll talk about in a bit. I've been asked on more than one occasion to review the HB90 planning method and her planner, and I was like, well, it's for authors. It's not really something that is for me. But I was watching one of her videos relatively recently, and she was going through her planner and her setup for a quarter. She was talking about how, it's for authors, but if you're not an author, you could adapt it this way or this way. And I was like, So I was like, maybe I will take a look at it. So it's a printable planner. I'm usually not about that printable life. I usually don't like printing my own planner because I'm lazy. Even though it's for authors and even though it's a printable, I decided that I was going to not only review it, but also give it a try for a quarter. The work I've been doing has been mostly dormant this last quarter or so because of getting ready to move, and I have some big plans and things I want to work on in the next quarter to kind of get things back up to speed in my work life. But the thing I have noticed recently, and I will explain this more in the next video that comes out, is that the power sheets, while they are wonderful for me as a life goals planner, they're not necessarily working for me as well as a work goal setting system. Suffice it to say that I have many reasons for wanting to spend the time to print this and give it a try. The planner itself is a quarterly planner. She sells it on her Etsy shop. It's a printable. You can get a full year planner with all 4 quarters in it, or you can buy them each quarter. She releases a new one each quarter, she updates it every quarter. The Q3 one is what I bought because Q3 is what we're about to go into, July through September. She offers an undated version. She offers a dated Sunday start and a dated Monday start. So I got the dated Monday start. Now, when you buy the dated Monday start, it was $15. She offers 2 versions in 2 sizes. The 2 versions are just weekly spreads and weekly and daily spreads. Both versions come with all the goal setting stuff. And then you can get either of those in A5 or letter. And if you buy her planner, you get all 4 of those. So the weekly, daily, and the weekly in letter size and A5 size. So I use the letter size because I actually like having space and it's easier for me to print. And I use the Monday start, and I did the weekly daily because why the fuck not, right? So that's what we're gonna go through and look at. So how do I have this set up? This is a Martha Stewart cover. I went and got this from Staples. I loved the blue ones she had back in the day, and they had a pink one that I would have gotten, except every single one was smudged and it was dirty looking, but this linen looking one is actually really gorgeous. Now, I had these rose gold Happy Planner metal expander rings because somebody sent them to me. I apologize, I can't remember who because it was a couple years ago, and I happened to have them sitting around in my pile of stuff I was going to give away, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll use them, I'll give them a try because I needed the bigger rings and the dinky little ones that came with this notebook cover. And then the dividers that are in here are also Martha Stewart. I basically just bought a few things from Staples because I didn't want to fuck with figuring out if the Happy Planner was the right size, and I've always loved the aesthetic of the Martha Stewart notebook stuff at Staples. It was the discs that always got to me. And again, you may say, but Cindy, you said you hate discs. I do hate discs, but we're going to give it a try. I'm going to give this a solid try for a quarter, even with the discs, because my issues with goal setting for work are deep enough where I'd rather just use the discs than try something else. And I don't want to do A5 because I don't want to print out A5, and I like having the space. So we'll open this up, and here is the front. It is gigantic though. Maybe I'll flip it around. I'll have to flip it every time though. You know what, fuck it, let's just do it. That is the beauty of the discs, right? So here's the cover page. It says HB90 Method Q3 2021, a quarterly goal planner for authors by Heart Breathings. So I have it divided up into sections. The goal setting section each month, I didn't label the tabs because I haven't gotten around to that yet. And the back section is for notes. But in the very front is some kind of, I guess, vision casting stuff. So there's the actual like project planning, goal setting, and project planning section, which I have sectioned off. But this opening section is to kind of get you there, sort of like the Power Sheets prep work. So she's got a spot to start working on your vision statement. And I know that she uses her planner to do both business stuff and her life, but my goal for this is to just use it for work. My Power Sheets work just fine for me for stuff, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. This is actually something that just, like, my Power Sheets video has already come out. In the week between when I worked on that video and when I'm filming this video, I had some thoughts. It's going to be a little bit awkward to try and use them together, but I didn't want to completely pull all my shit out of my Power Sheets to do this when I haven't even used it yet, so. Anyway, yeah, I'm a little all over the place, you guys. I'm right in the middle of moving right now, so just bear with me. Anyway, so I have some prompts to help you figure out what it is you want to accomplish in your life and in your career, and then a bunch more prompts about things that are important to you, why you started writing, has your reason for writing changed? So I was going to just change that to why did you start making art? Has your reason for making art or making videos, whatever, changed over time? If there were no limits to what you accomplish, what would your grandest goals be? Thinking back on the previous quarter, how would you like this next quarter to be different? What can you do to support this ideal vision for your life? An area to imagine your ideal day, not about scheduling, but more about dreaming. What would you like your ideal day to look like? I don't know if you can see, but it's a very, very light gray dot grid. Colors in here are this like very, very light kind of corally pink, then the different darks and light grays. It's very pretty. And then your vision board, you have 2 full pages of dot grid to create your vision board, whether you want to use pictures or draw or just write, whatever. She's got this declutter your brain exercise, and there's 3 parts to this. First, what all the things that you know you need to be doing, commitments you've made, tasks you know are moving you forward but haven't gotten done yet. And this is concrete, you know? So her examples are write story for the anthology, edit my audiobook, or publish book 5. I have my own things that would go here, but like things that you know you need to do. That are like necessary. And then what I quote unquote should do. So the second list is about the things you feel like you should be doing, nagging things you've been holding on to because someone else told you it was necessary or essential to success, or because everyone around you seems to be doing it. You may find that a lot of these are items you've been resisting doing because you aren't really sure if it's right for you. For me, an idea of what I should be doing is those reels where you like dance around and point at your screen and shit, which I cannot bring myself to do those, but apparently they help you grow your Instagram, but like I'd feel silly trying to do those. It's just not my style. The third list is for the things you really want to be doing but haven't, ideas you've had that sound really cool or that you saw someone else trying but haven't been brave enough to try for yourself, or things that you want to do but haven't been able to see how it would help you in your career, or maybe you just haven't had the dang time. So you have these 3 lists to kind of get everything out of your brain. And then you're supposed to prioritize your list. It looks kind of similar to the Eisenhower matrix, which is the one with the urgent, important, not urgent, not important. It moves me towards my vision, doesn't move me towards my vision. Low short-term impact, high short-term impact. So the sweet spot are the top priorities for the moment. The second group is the long-term priorities, the important tasks, which are essential to success. Third box is the danger zone. Do these only if you have a short-term need that trumps your long-term vision. And 4 is unimportant. Cut these from your schedule forever. This process will help you go through all of the stuff on those lists and prioritize them. This whole section is about owning your time. She first says that she gives herself 13 weeks for her plan. Because July 1st is on a Thursday, she begins week 1 of Q3 on the Monday before. So it'll be Monday, June 28th, and that's exactly 13 weeks through the quarter. So she said, if you choose to follow my weekly method, your Q3 week 1 will begin June 28th, and the quarter will have 91 days ending September 26th. And then if you prefer Sunday start, Q3 week 1 will begin June 27th and end September 25th. And if you go by calendar dates, then Q3 begins on Thursday, July 1st, and your Q3 will have 92 days and end on September 30th. This is her time estimator. So there's 2 quarter calendars here on a full page, right? This one goes Monday the 28th through Sunday, the 26th of September, which is the way she plans. And then the second one is July 1st through September 30th, which is if you plan calendar-wise rather than week-wise. I think I'm going to go with the Monday start of the quarter because I actually think that that is easier to keep track of. You need to figure out how many days you want to work in the quarter. What days are you taking off? What days do you have vacation? For me, moving is a big part of it. First, go through and get all of the holidays, birthdays, vacations, family events, days you're taking off from work that you know you're taking off from work. Any other days you don't normally work, like weekends. I try not to work on Saturdays because I usually work a little bit on Fridays and a little bit on Sundays, but I try to take Saturdays completely off. Are there any health factors you need to take into consideration? On average, do you miss a certain number of days each month due to migraines, exhaustion, or other illness? I love that she includes that in here. You can't even see it, but it's right here. So estimating the amount of time you're going to probably need off for being sick. This is something I'm going to have to think about because I've never really thought about it this way, but I do know that I have bad days where I don't work. And then do you have any bonus work time or retreats? And I actually do have sort of a retreat in September that I will be doing in a group I'm in. Calculate your working days, see your total number of working days, and the calendar is what you use to figure that out. She's got an ongoing tasks system. Write out on your ongoing tasks, and it is what the task is it daily, weekly, or monthly, how long it takes to do, and notes. And so work tasks, daily posting on social media, checking your sales numbers, reading posts on forums or groups, monitoring comments. So write them all out, make a note what they are so that you have an idea of what is ongoing. And this is, I think, an area where having a printables is helpful because I could add in more because she gives you like a page and a half for this. We have a section here for your ideal week. And she's got her example week. She gives you a full week to work on it, and it goes 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. or vice versa, however you want to use it. And that is the end of like the vision casting section. Now we're getting into the goal setting section. So she breaks her stuff from goals to projects to tasks. The purposes of this system: a goal is a measurable outcome you want to achieve by the end of the quarter by executing a series of projects. Generally are like, I'd like to grow my community and increase engagement. And then she would have numbers. And she does the good, better, best. So like for income numbers or follower numbers or whatever, like she'll have a, this is my good, this is better, this is best. The reason that she does the good, better, best is because a lot of those outcomes like income or followers or whatever are not entirely in your control. So, which is why I've kind of shied away from making those kinds of goals. It gives you something to shoot for. And then the projects are the things that are entirely within your control or almost entirely within your control. Something like write book 3 or schedule promotion for new releases. The project should be something that supports or leads you towards your outcome goal. So if your goal is to raise your income, you would want to choose projects that you feel will help you achieve that goal. If something doesn't move you towards your goals for the quarter, then it doesn't go on your plan for this quarter. So a task is the action that makes up a larger project. Often a task can be completed in a single session or a single stage of the process, while projects will usually take longer and are made of multiple smaller tasks. And she said you can break the tasks down as small as you want to. Some people would just write book 3 as one task, and she likes to break it up into 5,000 word chunks. Again, I'm using this as writing because that's how she's done this, but in terms of thinking about it for myself, I haven't really done that yet. That's coming next in my next video. So here is brainstorming potential goals. You get basically this page plus the bottom section of this page. Looking at your declutter list, look at all the tasks and projects you marked. Remember that you deleted any of the 4s. How many 1s do you have? How many 2s? Are there any 3s? Look for patterns and interests in your projects. If you can group together to form a relevant goal, it should go on your short list for potential goals this quarter. I've got the yawns. I'm filming this on Sunday morning. And then you write your Q3 goals. She does hers, and they're always themed. First goal is always a writing goal. Her second goal is always a heart breathings, which is her YouTube channel goal. And then the third goal is always a wellness goal. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but you have space for 3 goals. And you're going to write the goal out with your outcomes, measurable outcomes, and why you chose this goal. Use this space to make note of the projects you listed earlier that are important but don't fit in this quarter. You can add to this list as the quarter continues and refer back to it at the end of the quarter when you're planning the next 3 months. I'm so sorry if my camera's been drifting. I'm testing a new tripod for my move, and I haven't quite gotten the hang of it yet. So if that's been going on in this video, I apologize. So the projects and tasks. You find all your projects, and then you're going to turn them into tasks that you can then plan out in however you're going to task them, like a Kanban board or whatever. So project brainstorms for your goals. Each page has a goal, And then you can put all your projects on here, your estimated days to complete, to brainstorm your projects for goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. And then you actually get another page of project brainstorm, and then break those down here. So goal number 1, and then you'll put your projects in. And there's room for, it looks like 7 projects for goal number 1, but if you need more space, you can always print more pages. Goal number 2, goal number 3, and it gives you project, start date, end date, estimated time, and then a little spot to write some more information down. And then she has these project planner pages, and there's only 2 right here. So again, this is something that like you print out and put more in, which means I probably overfilled this a bit, but we'll see. And it gives you space to write your project down, start date, end date, estimated time, actual time, description, and then a bunch of space to break it down into tasks. Now I know what she does is she utilizes she just puts her, I don't know how she fills these up, but she turns her tasks into post-it notes and puts them on her Kanban board. What I think I'm going to be doing is using Notion. At this point, your quarterly plan is complete. All you have left to do is set up your Kanban board by assigning each goal a color and writing down each task on the corresponding sticky note, then use the Kanban board to set it up. On the opposite page, I've also given you 90-day plan milestone sheet. Since it can be tough to know whether you're completely on track over the course of the entire 3 months, I like to set milestones by the end of each month of the quarter. So this can give you a spot for each goal to set your milestones for each month. Here are some just perpetual calendar type things to write things out for January through December 2021 and then 2022. And then the planner system starts, and the one thing I kind of ran into was where to stick my dividers because I double-sided printed this, but because it's the disc system, I'll probably just move the dividers as I need to. Here is the monthly spread. It's very black and white, just says July 2021 in like a brush script up at the top, room for notes on the side. Monday start, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. Does not have any holidays in it, which I super appreciate. It's just a big blank monthly spread. And then here is your week 1 weekly spread. So what it is here is you've got all 3 goals to make a list of what you're working on that week, your tasks for those 3 goals. So what she usually does for her planning is she goes to her Kanban board, she looks at the tasks she wants to do that week, and then moves them into the to-do list. So this would be a good spot to write those down. And then work in progress here is like if you're working on a book, it gives you the title, the goal, the actual plotting, writing, editing, publishing. But you can use this for something else if you're not a writer. Like I could use this if I'm working on, say, a big freelance project like something for Kristen, or if I'm working on a big goal for myself, or whatever the case may be, whatever big project I'm focusing on that week, and then important notes for this week. And then the weekly spread is vertical. The only color here is the pink date numbers, and it's dot grid all the way down like a column. It's got a spot for work in progress, notes, and then room for 5 habits. And that's it. No extra bells and whistles or anything. I feel like this would easily fit stickers that are sized for like Erin Condren type planners. Might be a little bit big, but it's just a nice vertical spread. You have your daily pages, since this is the weekly daily. So it says Monday and then gives you some lines at the top. You have a spot here for a schedule, 6 to 10. It's all dot grid. You can use this to fill out your priorities. You can use this for a journal. You can use this for whatever the case may be. I like that it's not guided. You get a full page for every single day of the week, including Sunday. And then you have your weekly review on the last page, which is what am I most proud of this week? What challenges did I face? What will I do next week to make it a great week? Am I on target to hit my 90-day goals, 1, 2, and 3? What do I need to do to either catch up or continue to succeed? What deadlines do I have coming up? How was my overall mood this week? What can I do to continue to be happy and successful? And then space for additional thoughts. And that is your weekly review. Then you go into your next week's planning, and it goes all the way through to the end of the month. Now at the end of the month, this is where the divider, I stuck it, but this is the monthly review. So it gives you a spot to talk about what you accomplished this month, make a list of all the major projects you completed and any rewards you plan to give yourself, what tasks didn't get done that you had hoped to have finished by the end of this month, how can you catch up or simplify to be successful, are you on track to finish all your projects by the end of the quarter? If yes, how can you support yourself? If no, what can you do to get back on track? Are there any time sinks, distractions, or bad habits that are holding you back? What can you do to eliminate some of that? What challenges did you face in terms of time, emotions, and motivation? List 3 things you can do to support yourself, and what are that you most proud of from this past month. Make note of any other habits. I love having this like little review system for the month, especially because it is almost entirely related to work. And so then you have August, and it's the same situation. So this is September. And then we get to the end of September, and there are some notes pages. She also includes some writing plan. I don't even know why I printed this. Some writing, I just printed everything. Writing plan pages that you can print out, individual books if you're a writer, and word count trackers. There's a blog post brainstorm, a time log for projects and how long you expect they'll take and how long they actually take. There's a whole bunch of pages for that. And then that's the end of the planner, and then I have some notes pages that I put in from the Martha Stewart book that I may wind up taking out depending on how much more I put in. And that is the entirety of the planner. You go get the Q4 planner, and then you go through all the stuff in the beginning. You have this entire quarter's, God, fucking discs. You have the entire quarter's worth of stuff to go over and figure out. So this is the entirety of the HB90 system, and I think it is going to be really helpful to give a try. It is very well thought out. I can't speak to how good it is for writers because, I've written 2 books. They're books that are mostly drawn, not written, but I can see how I can adapt this to use for me and the work that I do, which is what I plan to do. My next video that's going to come out is going to be a video where I have done all of the goal setting work in here, and I will show you what I did and how I'm working it out and how I'm doing the tasks. And I will go in and set up my first week, which will be the week of the 28th, week 1, which will actually be very light on work because that's when we're getting ready to move. I don't think I'll be doing weekly plan with me's in this. I might, I don't know yet, but I kind of want to work with it without too much camera because I really need to get some shit figured out. And I will talk more about why I want to transition to this instead of the power sheets for work specifically in the next video. These are going to kind of go together. This one's already long, I know. Overall, though, this is a fascinating system, and because it's printable, it is flexible, but it's just a pain in the ass to print. I did print this on my own computer, though, and I used 28-pound paper. Anyway, I'd love to hear from you in the comments what you think about this, what you think about me attempting a discs planner, any other planners you'd like me to take a look at once I've moved and have gotten settled. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, friends, peace out.